retirement. The days stretched endlessly before him, blending into one another, leaving him with a nagging sense of insignificance. He wondered if the best parts of his life were already behind him. One afternoon, as he sat on his porch lost in thought, his neighbor approached him with a simple request. Could he tutor his son, who was struggling with math? Initially, Mr. Daniels hesitated. He hadn't taught in years and questioned whether he still had the energy or skills to make a difference. But something about the boy's earnest need and his mother's hopeful eyes stirred something deep within him. Tentatively, he agreed. What began as a single tutoring session quickly turned into a weekly routine. As Mr. Daniels dusted off his teaching materials and began working with the boy, he felt a familiar spark reignite. The joy of seeing a concept click, the pride of students' progress, and the gratitude shining in a young face. It was as if he had rediscovered a part of himself that he didn't even realize was missing. Word spread throughout the neighborhood, and soon other parents began knocking on his door, asking if he could help their children too. What started as a quiet favor blossomed into a vibrant network of evening tutoring sessions. His living room became a hub of activity, with laughter, questions, and the satisfying sound of pencils scratching across paper. Mr. Daniels no longer felt adrift. His days had his evenings had meaning, and his heart was full. Here's the remarkable part. Mr. Daniels didn't need to reinvent himself or search far and wide for his purpose. It had been there all along, rooted in his love for teaching and his natural ability to connect with students. What had changed was the stage. He no longer needed a formal classroom to make an impact. Instead, he found fulfillment in his own home, sharing his knowledge and lifting others up in the process. The lesson here is profound. Purpose doesn't demand perfection, nor does it require sweeping changes. Sometimes, it's as simple as saying yes to an opportunity that aligns with your talents and joys. It's about recognizing that even the smallest acts of kindness or the quietest contributions can ripple outward, touching lives in ways you might never fully see. By helping his neighbor's son, Mr. Daniels discovered not just how to occupy his time, but how to live with intention and meaning. He didn't need to chase after accolades or recognition. His reward came in the form of laughter, gratitude, and the renewed sense of belonging he had been craving. And so, as you think about your own life, remember that purpose often reveals itself in unexpected places. It might be in the hobby you've neglected, the skill you take for granted, or the kindness you offer without expecting anything in return. Purpose doesn't have to be monumental. It just has to matter to you and, in some way, to someone else. Sometimes, all it takes is one small step, one simple yes, to transform the ordinary into something extraordinary. Why purpose matters. Living with purpose is about much more than feeling good or ticking off life goals. It's about creating a guiding principle that anchors you, especially when life gets tough. Think of it as a compass, a steadying force that helps you navigate through storms, whether they're personal, professional, or existential. Purpose has the power to reshape how you see challenges. Instead of viewing setbacks as insurmountable failures, you begin to see them as stepping stones, opportunities to learn, grow, and move closer to what truly matters. Research even supports this transformative perspective. Studies show that people who have a clear sense of purpose tend to have better mental health. It's about recognizing they report even lower levels of stress, kindness, greater the quietest contributions can ripple out, and even a sense of touching lives in ways you might never fully see. And it doesn't stop there. By helping his neighbor's living son, with purpose, Mr. Daniels discovered a lifespan. When you have a reason to get out of bed in the morning, your body and mind respond in kind, but how to live, fueling you with energy and focus and meaning. But this isn't just about longevity. It's about living fully with intention and his reward came in the form of laughter. Let's not romanticize the journey. Pursuing purpose isn't a magical linear path, and a renewed sense of belonging. It's often messy, so filled with uncertainty, and require sacrifices that can feel daunting. As you think about your own life, stepping into her new purpose was but smooth sailing. The decision to leave her corporate job, a stable source of income and societal validation, was met with raised eyebrows and critical questions. The skill you take for friends and couldn't understand why she would walk away from something so secure to chase an idea. Remember that purpose often reveals itself risky and unexpected places. And then there were the financial concerns. It might be in a hobby you've transitioning from a corporate salary you take for granted, starting an art for children is not without expecting anything. There were sleepless nights spent worrying about purpose bills. Doesn't have to be monumental. Moments of self-doubt. It just has to matter to you meet expectations in some way. To someone countless else. Logistical challenges sometimes she had. All it takes is one small step. Maya questioned herself. One simple yes. Was this the right decision? The ordinary. Could she really sustain this dream? But for every doubt, there was a moment that made it all worthwhile. Maya vividly remembered one particular evening during all it takes is one small step. A little boy, one simple shy and withdrawn, to transform the struggled to express something extraordinary. Yet, why purpose through painting, matters. He found his voice. Living with purpose is his artwork much more than feeling vibrant or ticking off full of emotions. When Maya complimented his work, his face lit up in a way that melted every worry she carried. But something about it was in those moments, guiding principle, the laughter of children, the joy of seeing creativity come alive. Think of it as the gratitude from parents, that Maya felt a deep, unshakable sense, a steadying force that helped. She wasn't just teaching art. Storms. She was nurturing confidence, fostering self-expression, and building a community. Purpose has the power. Purpose isn't about crafting a life that's smooth. Instead of viewing setbacks as it's not a shortcut to happiness or a guarantee of success without struggle. Instead, purpose is a powerful call to lead a meaningful life. A life where your actions, values, and aspirations align to create something truly fulfilling. It's a commitment to pursue what matters most, truly matters, even when the path forward feels uncertain. Transformative perspective. At its core, studies show that people living with a purpose requires courage. Tend to have better mental. Stepping into the unknown is never easy. It's far simpler to stick with what's familiar, even if it leaves you unfulfilled. Purpose demands that you take risks, make bold choices, and face the possibility of failure. Think of it like standing at the edge of a cliff, knowing you have the tools to build a bridge, but unsure if you'll succeed. Taking that first step requires bravery, to trust in yourself, your vision, and your ability to figure things out as you go. But courage alone isn't enough. Purpose also demands persistence. Obstacles are inevitable, and there will be days when giving up feels tempting. Pursuit of purpose isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. It's about showing up day after day, putting in the work, and staying committed even when progress slow. Persistence means learning to navigate setbacks, not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to learn, find your approach, and strengthen your resolve. Then there's the need to embrace comfort. Living with purpose often means stepping out of your comfort zone, where growth truly begins. Discomfort is not something to be avoided. It's something to be embraced. Why? Because in those moments of uncertainty, struggle, and even failure that you uncover your true potential. When you stretch beyond what feels safe, you tap into hidden reserves of strength and creativity. You begin to realize that your capacity for resilience is far greater than you ever imagined. Imagine a seed buried deep in the soil. Grow into a towering tree. It must push through layers of earth and free from the darkness to reach the light. This process isn't easy, yet it's essential. Similarly, living with purpose requires you to push through challenges that may initially feel insurmountable. But each challenge shapes you, just as the soil shapes the roots of the tree, making you stronger and more grounded. The beauty of this process is that it leads to self-discovery. You uncover strengths you didn't know you had, qualities like determination, adaptability, and resilience. When faced with the unknown, learn to pivot, to find new solutions, to keep moving forward. Adaptability becomes your ally, helping you navigate a world that's constantly changing. And resilience becomes your foundation, a steadying force that allows you to bounce back from failures and emerge stronger each time. This journey is deeply transformative. Over time, you begin to see discomfort not as something to fear, but as a sign that you're growing. Each challenge you face becomes a badge of honor, a reminder of how far you've come. You start to understand that purpose isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about continuously striving to live in alignment with your values, even when the road gets tough. Living with purpose also redefines your relationship with success. Instead of measuring your life by external achievements, titles, wealth, or accolades, you begin to focus on the internal rewards, the joy of making a difference, the satisfaction of pursuing your passions, and the fulfillment of living authentically. These rewards make every struggle worthwhile because they're deeply rooted in meaning. In the end, purpose isn't just about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about who you become along the way. The person who dares to dream, who chooses to persevere, and who embraces growth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Living with purpose doesn't promise ease, but it offers something far greater, a life rich with meaning, fulfillment, and unshakable resilience. Think about the concept of growth itself. Trees don't grow tall and strong in calm weather. They are shaped by the winds that push against them, forcing their roots to dig deeper. Similarly, living with purpose requires you to confront your fears, adapt to new realities, and remain steadfast in the face of challenges. Maya's story serves as a profound reminder that purpose doesn't erase life's challenges, it redefines them. It shifts the narrative of struggle from being something to dread into something to embrace. Struggles become more than obstacles. They transform into stepping stones toward a meaningful life. Purpose doesn't shield you from hardships, but it gives them context, depth, and most importantly, meaning. At the heart of Maya's journey is a universal truth. Struggles are inevitable, but when they're tied to something you genuinely care about, your values, passions, and goals, they take on a new dimension. They're no longer just roadblocks. They're opportunities to grow, adapt, and recommit to what matters most. For Maya, stepping into her purpose meant leaving behind a secure job and venturing into uncharted territory. It wasn't easy. She faced doubts, criticism, and financial concerns. But each hurdle served as a moment to reflect on why she chose this path in the first place. Her struggles weren't just challenges. They were affirmations of her commitment to a life filled with meaning and impact. Let's unpack this further. Imagine two people climbing a steep mountain. One person is doing it because they were forced to, with no clear reason or motivation. The climb feels grueling, pointless, and unbearable. The other person, however, is climbing because they believe there's a breathtaking view waiting for them at the top, a view they've dreamed of seeing their entire life. For them, every step, no matter how difficult, is fueled by anticipation, determination, and purpose. The climb may be just as hard for both, but for the second person, the meaning behind their effort transforms the experience. Maya's story is the second scenario brought to life. By aligning her actions with her values, her love for creativity, her passion for teaching, and her desire to inspire, she gave her struggles a sense of direction. Each challenge became a reflection of her purpose rather than an aimless hardship. When we live without purpose, struggles often feel like obstacles in a maze with no exit. But when we live with purpose, struggles become the terrain of a meaningful journey. The twists and turns don't disappear, but the destination, a life filled with fulfillment and positive impact, makes every effort worthwhile. Maya also teaches us that struggles can be powerful reminders of why we started in the first place. There were days she doubted herself, when criticism stung, or when finances felt tight. But in those moments, she looked back on the children whose lives were brighter because of her art program. She remembered the smiles, the laughter, and the spark of creativity she helped ignite. Those memories rekindled her passion, reminding her that her struggles were not in vain. They were the price of building something meaningful. This brings to an important realization. Purpose doesn't make life easier, but it makes life better. It provides clarity and direction, helping you navigate even the toughest times. It transforms setbacks into lessons, failures into opportunities, and pain into growth. When you have a clear sense of purpose, you no longer see challenges as reasons to give up. Instead, they become part of the story you're writing, chapters that add depth and resilience to your journey. Living with purpose also has a ripple effect. As Maya poured her heart into her art program, she not only found fulfillment for herself, but also created a lasting impact on others. The children she taught discovered confidence, joy, and a love for creativity. Her purpose became a gift, one that enriched not only her life, but also the lives of those around her. This interconnectedness is one of the most beautiful aspects of purpose. It extends beyond you, creating waves of positivity and change. Ultimately, Maya's story invites us to reconsider our own struggles. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can ask, "What can this teach me? And how does it align with my purpose?" By reframing challenges as opportunities to reaffirm our values and passions, we begin to see them not as detours, but as essential parts of our journey. Purpose is the compass that keeps us steady during life's storms. It doesn't promise a smooth path. It ensures that every step, no matter how difficult, is taking us closer to a life rich with meaning, fulfillment, and impact. Like Maya, we all have the ability to transform our struggles into stepping stones, using them to build a life that resonates with our truest selves. And when we do, the destination makes every twist, turn, and uphill climb worth it. So, ask yourself, what's worth enduring discomfort for? What would make you push past doubt and fear? Purpose isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about finding something so meaningful that it transforms every challenge into an opportunity to grow stronger, kinder, and more deeply connected to your true self. In those moments, you'll realize that the rewards, the joy, the connection, the sense of accomplishment aren't just the icing on the cake. They're the whole reason for the journey. Starting your journey, living with purpose, means having all the answers. It means asking the right questions and taking small, meaningful steps. Begin by reflecting on what brings you joy and alignment. Is there something you've always loved doing but sidelined? Is there a way to turn that passion into a gift for others? Remember, purpose isn't a destination. It's a continuous journey. Like Maya and Mr. Daniels, your purpose will evolve as you grow. The key is to remain open, intentional, and willing to take those first steps. Living with purpose transforms not only your life, but the lives of those around you. It's about creating a ripple effect, one action at a time. So, take a moment today to reflect, dream, and align your actions with your values. Because purpose isn't something you find, it's something you create. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,